Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's Slayer Sunday, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today, I'm looking at Season 4, Episode 9, Something Blue. We begin the episode in Oz's dorm room. Thanks for that painful reminder. Willow takes in that Seth Green scent, while Buffy comes across Riley hanging a sign and being an ally.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, yes. I am a lesbian.
And he's back to dorking it up to 11 again, before asking Buffy to go on a picnic. Buffy excitedly tells Willow about it, but says there's something missing and mentions seeing Angel in LA for 5 minutes, which references the Angel episode I Will Remember You. Buffy wonders if she can have a nice normal relationship with Riley. A steak for you! And into the credits we go. Buffy interrogates Spike, who's chained up in the bathtub, but his information about the initiative isn't very informative, so she withholds his blood till he tells her something useful and teases him. Giles has had enough and goes to see Willow, who suggests a truth spell, which she goes to pick up supplies for, and when Giles and Buffy both agree that she seems to be coping better now, Spike jumps in.
What, are you people blind? She's hanging on by a thread. And Ninny could see that.
His perceptiveness will be used to his advantage in the future, most notably in the episode The Yoko Factor. Willow returns to Oz's dorm to find it cleared out and learns from Devon that he's sent for his stuff.
I feel like I've been split down the center and half of me is lost.
The next day, Giles rings Willow to ask if she's got the ingredients for the truth spell, but he gets the answering machine.
Willow, I think we ought to try the spell. Among other things, I'd like to shower sometime today. Alone.
At their picnic, Riley suggests they go for a drive sometime, and Willow mopes up, which makes things super awkward, so Buffy tells Xander and Anya about it that night at the Bronze. Although Willow seems to have cheered up somewhat. She's drunk.
Anybody remember when Buffy had the fun beer fest and went 1 million years BC?
Willow is mean to Xander, so Buffy tries to get her out of there, but she wants to find a way to make her pain disappear. Willow gets up in the night and whips out her spell book, and holy crap, better hope no one needs to pee. She does an incantation for her will to be done, but it doesn't appear to work, and Giles comes for a visit because he's concerned about her slacking in her duties. She tells him about her failed spell, and he says it's probably best if she doesn't try magic without help at the moment, which provokes an argument.
You all want me to take the time and go through the pain, as long as you don't have to hear about it anymore.
Giles tries to assure her that he's there to support her, but she yells that he doesn't see anything, and oh boy, that can't be good. Giles feels unwell and rushes out, bumping into someone, and goes home to do the truth spell himself, but can't seem to read the book, and Spike takes the opportunity to get the key to his restraints and break out. Willow moans to Buffy about Giles and says she's an awful witch because she couldn't make Oz stay, and didn't go through with the curse she was going to perform on him and Veruca, and talks about Amy, unknowingly turning her back human for a moment before turning her back again. Giles rings to tell Buffy about Spike, and when she goes to leave, Willow guilt trips her, but she leaves anyway. And mad, Willow says she'll find him immediately, which she of course does. Spike tries to find his way back into the lab, but Buffy punches him and drags him back to Giles's, who is still struggling with his eyes, while Willow rants to Xander, who sides with Buffy, so she says Buffy should just marry Spike.
It's just so sudden. I don't know what to say.
Giles is not okay with this. Xander tells Willow some home truths, so she retaliates by calling him a demon magnet, which he doesn't appreciate. And Giles calls for backup because he's sure a spell has been cast, and Spike and Buffy argue over the wedding details. She goes to Giles to ask him to give her away, which is really sweet, but also he calls out how bonkers this all is, and Buffy and Spike go back to arguing over exes. Giles announces that he's now completely blind, so Spike offers to help, which Buffy appreciates.
It's all right. I have more scotch.
After a visit to the magic shop, Buffy spots a wedding dress in the shop that Cordelia used to work at, and when Riley goes to talk to her, she drops the bombshell on him that she's getting married.
I'm getting married, can you believe it?
I don't think no is a strong enough word.
I know.
Xander and Anya are trying to have some alone time when a demon bursts in, which Xander tries to fight, and together they manage to kill it. But another breaks through the window, so they flee to Giles's. They're confused by everything that's going on, so Buffy blurts,
Spike and I are getting married.
How? What? How?
3 excellent questions.
and Xander suddenly twigs and it all makes sense. So Giles says they have to find Willow and stop her. Willow goes back to her dorm only to be grabbed by D'Hoffryn, Anya's demon dad, who says he heard her pain.
I'm sorry. I'll try for Quiet, Rage.
The gang are attacked by demons, so flee to a crypt where Anya begins to chant in order to summon Daddy Dearest, but the trouble is, she can't remember all the words. The demons break in and kick off a big fight, which D'Hoffryn shows to Willow and offers to make her a vengeance demon, but she turns him down, which he takes very well, but gives her his talisman in case she changes her mind, something she will hold on to until she uses it in Season 7, and he sends her back. She undoes the spell, which banishes the demon and snaps the two lovebirds out of their delusion.
Spike lips of Spike! Ugh.
Willow bakes cookies to alleviate her guilt and gives one to everyone, including Spike, before Buffy jokes about needing a forgetting spell. She suddenly remembers that she told Riley she was getting married and rushes off to smooth things over by playing it off as a practical joke. Riley thinks she's weird, but still likes her, so all is well. Okay, so this episode is a lot of fun and once again gets all the characters involved, including Anya, which is great. But the episode revolves around what I discussed in the last one, that jarring off style of arguing and behaviour that Willow is currently displaying. I find that season 1 to 3 Willow is one character and then 4 to 7 she's another, but not in a character growth sort of way, more like the seesaw has suddenly tipped and spat out a new Willow. I get that we get hints of it throughout the earlier seasons, but she doesn't feel like she's genuinely written based on her already established character. Don't get me wrong, it's not show-breaking, and most people like Willow throughout the entire show, but season 4 is when I start to get off the Willow train if I'm honest. That aside, this episode is super important because it foreshadows a lot. As I said, Spike will take advantage of being able to see people's pain later in the season, and Willow will use D'Hoffryn's talisman, while Anya mentions that she was made a vengeance demon, something that will be explored much later on. We get a look at Buffy and Spike's relationship, which will develop more in a few seasons' time, and there's a lot about Willow and her magic use. Willow mentions she's a bad witch, Giles shows concerns about her losing control of her magic, Amy makes an appearance, and Willow is powerful enough to make things happen without knowing it. All of this foreshadows her magic abuse that comes to a head in season 6. Finally, on the foreshadowing front, Willow says if she was a good enough witch, she could have made Oz stay with her, and Buffy remarks she may need a forgetting spell. In the season 6 episode Tabula Rasa, Willow uses a forgetting spell on all of her friends in an attempt to make soon-to-be love interest Tara stay with her. Aside from the foreshadowing and the problems I have with Willow, this episode is super fun and campy with some great humour and character moments, which reminds me, in a sense, of Band Candy, and is one of the many fun episodes found in season 4. We have 2 more deaths to add to our count. 1 vampire, the dude that interrupted Buffy and Willow's chat, and 1 demon, the one that Anya and Xander disposed of in the sink. That brings our running total to 4 humans, 1 transformation, 8 vampires, 2 demons, and 1 werewolf. So there you have it. That was Something Blue. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want more videos like this one. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channel, Jane Plays Games Badly. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.